Planning for writing, different types of questions and style. Hello, welcome back. I'm Kathy, and in this video I'm discussing different types of writing questions. There are generally 3 different kinds of writing tasks at level 1, and you need to be able to answer them all successfully. Task 1 is usually some kind of form. And in case you're wondering, yes, there is always a form at every level. Now, why do you think that happens? This is, of course, to help you with the requirements of everyday life if you're adapting to an English-speaking environment, because as we know, life is always about forms. So there will be a section for you to complete your personal details accurately and show that you can follow typical instructions, whether it's to write in block capitals or not, or to circle, tick, or underline certain parts of the form. Remember, date of birth is when you were born. Sometimes it just says DOB. Nationality is an adjective, not to the name of your country. So for example, put Ukrainian, not Ukraine, Turkish, not Turkey, etc. Ethnic classification could be your racial group of origin, for example, Arabic, African, white European, other ethnic group, and so on. The earlier parts of the form are what we call closed responses, yes, no, or they could ask for simple short answers of 1 or 2 words. One additional thing I want to mention is when you write your address. Now this seems really quick and simple, doesn't it? But there are some things that can go wrong, which I have seen. Let's take a look at 2 examples. Here is a typical address which I made up, 27 Latimer Lane, Bristol, Avon, BS21 3MB. This is not a real address, by the way. Look at how it has been written. What's wrong with it? I'm hoping you spotted 2 things. First, the second word is missing its capital letter. Second, the postcode has been given, but not the city. Either of these 2 mistakes in writing your address will earn you a fail, so the answer is don't do it. And you also need to be able to spell every word in your address accurately, so no excuses, please. Learn your address. And after that, you sometimes have 2 or 3 simple questions to write some free text. It could be some kind of application form or survey. It could be about anything, and it doesn't have to be real or true. Just write a response, so make one up. In this section, examiners are usually looking for clear and simple responses with good grammar, so don't get carried away and write anything too long. This is where the grammar can sometimes let you down. Don't show off with complex bits and pieces. Keep it short and simple. Now let's talk about tasks 2 and 3. 1 is going to be a piece of informal writing and the other is more formal. The informal writing is often to a friend in the shape of either an email or a letter, but it can often be a review to be published on a website or an online blog or magazine. So it's important to remember the difference and check how to get started. How do you open these things when you start writing? So first of all, check the instruction. Don't automatically start writing dear ... unless the instruction tells you to. And if you're not sure what a review looks like or how it starts, then you'd better start reading more online to understand. You should know that a review is usually someone writing about their particular experience of something. It could be a day out, a visit somewhere such as a restaurant, shop or museum, a holiday even, and then it takes the form of a past tense account for most of the text. However, there are some simple and easy ways to slide in some different tenses, which we can think about in more depth. If the task is a letter, then there's a variety of different reasons for it. Sometimes it's an apology, sometimes an invitation. It could be to make suggestions to meet up and do something or organise a club. It could be to explain why you haven't met up or to tell a story about a particular day. Whatever the reason, you will need to open and close your letter with the usual kinds of expressions you would use when writing to a friend. And you will need to use the kind of language we would expect to explain or discuss your particular theme, but in a relaxed way. You're writing your opinion, but to someone or an audience that you probably know. A casual, fun or friendly style is expected, but not too much jargon or abbreviation. Please keep that for text. The formal letter will be to someone you don't know, and the style is different as well as the range of expressions that we use. Formal letters can often be complaints, but they can also be letters of application or inquiry. Both are currently popular in writing tests, so you should learn about them all. The important thing to remember here is the required formality of tone, so you don't need to sound too friendly or relaxed, just polite. And you need to be much more professional or impersonal in your writing. The layout of formal letters is very important, as is the way you begin and end your letter. Remember, I'm discussing level 1 or B1 standards in general, not any specific exam boards in particular. If you've got questions about any of the tasks, hit the comments button below and I'll try to explain. Are you feeling ready for the next part? We're going to think about how planning matches paragraphing and discourse markers. It's going to be thrilling. Bye for now.